OUs, or organizational units, were a big hit when they were introduced in Active Directory way back there in Windows Server 2000. In this video, I want to talk about one aspect of OUs that comes up, and I want to help get you past something that can cost you a question or two on the exam. When you understand what OUs are and what functionality they were created for, you can kind of thread your way through some of these questions on the exam and come out on the other side looking great. Now, an organizational unit is an Active Directory container that is created inside a domain. Really, we use these things to segregate the domains into smaller, more manageable sections. An OU can contain user accounts, groups, computers, other OUs. Pretty much any Active Directory object can be dropped into an OU. Now, what's the significance there? Well, an OU, an organizational unit, is the smallest scope to which you can assign group policy settings. Now, that's huge because group policy allows us to make all kind of magic happen. For example, if I want machines to not show the run bar, I can put those client machines in a particular OU. I can create a policy setting to hide the run bar, attach that policy setting to that OU, and any client machine that's inside that OU, they will not see the run bar in their machine. I can also use OUs to delegate administrative authority, which is another big one. Now, OUs are often used to represent hierarchical, logical structures within an organization. You can kind of represent the logical structure of your organization inside that domain with your OUs. But here's the big question I want to help you with. What's the difference between an OU and a group? We haven't talked about groups yet, but you're probably familiar with them. OUs are created for administrative ease. Member objects of an OU can receive specific group policy settings, and groups are created for permissions and security management. The groups are assigned permissions, and users in the group receive the permissions. So we create an OU to group things together. Be careful with that word. Don't let me lose you there. Let me say it a little differently. OUs are created so that we can collect objects into the OU that need certain administrative aspects done to them. Groups are created solely for permissions and security management. We put users or other groups into a group because we want to assign certain permissions and give them certain permissions and certain access to different resources. So just remember, OUs are for administrative purposes, groups are for permissions and security. If you can remember that, you can tiptoe through a lot of these questions and come up with the right answer.